5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Peace, everyone. Welcome to the Friday Listening Party. I'm Eric Leo 108, author, rapper, philosopher, and today I'm debuting a brand new track like I do every Friday. This week's track is called Yeah We Bang 2. This live stream features my original song Yeah We Bang 2 and a blog post I wrote about it. The lyrics contain strong language, political critique, and references to violence, but this is artistic expression and social commentary, not a call to action. Nothing here should be taken as instructions or encouragement for real world violence. The the purpose is to spark discussion about politics, culture, and society through music and words. The song is meant for entertainment and educational purposes. Okay. Before we jump in, drop where you're watching from and let me know if you've read the blog post yet at fience.com/blog. That's FIENSE.com. Check out the store. I could really use your support. If you hear something in the track that hits you, type it in the comments. Let's go bar for bar today. And the application or philosophy of this track can be found in my book, Farming Humans. I really need reviews. So yeah, this is I wrote Yeah We Bang 1 about foreign policy in the United States, basically, and how if you don't want South America at your border, you shouldn't have been hostile and invaded with soldiers to overthrow how the people have voted democratically elected leaders that oppose you. And then basically I talk about how immigration is because that we get across the southern border is because of um, us destabilizing South America with things like CIA coups and stuff like that. So years later, I made this Yeah We Bang 2. We're gonna listen to the um, track here, and then I'm gonna go live on Instagram and read the blog post. That's at fience.com. Okay, so this is the. I'm just gonna listen to it once, and I'm gonna give a lyrical breakdown. So ICE is the problem with ICE is it's Trump's basically private uh, military force that wears masks and goes after people, innocent people. He's not going after the worst of the worst. Like 70% of them don't have any criminal record. They're here legally. He's deporting citizens and he's disappearing people. He's suspending habeas corpus, which is the process in which to prove that you're innocent in court. And he's not using warrants to arrest people. He's just arresting people, throwing them in jail, and then deporting them, even if they're American citizens. So, yeah, I made this song in response to that. It's been done for a couple months actually. It's been done since the first episode of South Park, the new season, season 27. Uh, yeah, it kind of relates. It's kind of cosmic love in that instance because I wrote it and then I uploaded it and then the first season came out and I talk about a lot of the same things that the first, especially first episode talks about in season 27 of South Park. So this is, I'm just going to go line for line here. For all the injustice that's been happening, the evil you made will come back radically. I mean, law enforcement is a risk in going after these people, but they do it because it's rightly justified as protecting society. These people aren't protecting societies. It's like Klan members get an excuse to put on a mask and round up brown people. That's basically what it is. It's racist. Um, it's they're going after and they're going after they're racially profiling. They're not even hiding it. So the evil you made will come back radically. That's why they wear masks, because they don't want to be held responsible for their injustices and breaking the Constitution. This is not constitutional. So I've said it plain, yeah, we bang. To you, what's it matter that I hate? I'm building off of yeah, we bang one. And I'm not gonna make any illusions about it. It's hate for ICE. Um, so yeah. Um, we want no kings. There's a protest in America that's reoccurring called the No Kings protest or Gestapo posse. Basically, people look at ICE, especially in America, as the Gestapo, um, and the Gulag. So you know who I'm talking about. You know, I wrote all these songs to not mention Agent Orange by name, so he gets too happy just in case it blows up and he wants to uh, try and sue or whatever. He has no grounds to sue on. I can, yeah. Rise. Christian fascism is Christianity in modern America. The dissonance is staggering. So, Christofascism is Christianity in modern America. The dissonance is staggering. Love your neighbor and help the poor. Turn Jesus to a Nazi profiting from war, which is basically what it's like to live in America. People like I have no problems with the real Christians, people that follow the teachings of Jesus. But what we have is a Christo-fascist morality where people use Christianity or Jesus's teachings as an excuse to cover up how they're a bad person, and they use it as moral justification when Jesus himself, if he ever existed, wouldn't have supported this type of thing, and real Christians don't stand for it. They use it as a cover to justify hate and terrible behavior, discrimination, and all this stuff with deporting immigrants. Your neighbor and help the poor, turn Jesus to a Nazi, profiting from war. You're an embarrassment, America. You should be ashamed, but you're just like Orange, demented and deranged. So you're an embarrassment, America. You should be ashamed. I honestly think that, and this proves that ICE is. By the way, I'm early. It's 11:04. I got stuff to do today. Usually I wait till noon, or I'm not ready until noon. But I'm ready early today. Yeah. I mean, this is going to have long-term consequences on the applicability of people to travel to the United States and see it as a beacon for hope and justice and freedom. Like, what makes us great is immigration. So, I mean, I talk about it. I didn't publish that song. Basically, the Olympics. We're supposed to host the Olympics, but they're afraid to do it because of Trump's deportation policies. He thinks a lot of people are going to get deported, and there's going to be a lot of. I mean, just from what he's doing, um, you can't travel to America. You can't visit America because of these policies by Trump. People are afraid to do it, and he's scaring his own citizens. Like, he's going harder after his own citizens than he is against China and Russia and North Korea. So yeah, let's play that again. They call it freedom, but it's not freedom. And then I go into like what it really is. Shit Christian morality, we already talked about, or dishonored body politics. So all of the Republicans are just uh, the propaganda is so strong. You still got cult members that think it's acceptable, but it's a total dishonor to all of America. What we're doing, what these ICE raids are, and everything like that. They're arresting people in front of schools. They deported a veteran, U.S. veteran. They're deporting cancer patients. I mean, this is not a good person that's doing this. Like, backward policies or Nazi tolerance. So, Antifa, if you're Antifa just means anti-fascist. I mean, we fought a war over this. We went to war with Germany and Japan because in World War II because we were anti-fascist. The whole country was anti-fascist. Now we're anti-fascist, which just means we're fascist. That's a double negative. Anti-fascist. So it means we're really fascist. So we have this tolerance for fascism, where Mussolini said, and what I said in Dementia Dawn, that fascism should really be called corporatism because it's the merger of state and corporate power. Go ahead and blame me, I'll make you regret it. Go ahead and pay me, I'll give you the medicine. Go ahead and pay me and I'll give you the medicine. I'll basically make you regret it if you blame me for this. Yeah. This is the business and you ain't getting nothing for free. Profit over people like the healthcare industry. This the business and y'all ain't getting nothing for free. Profit over people like the healthcare industry. This the business and y'all ain't getting nothing for free. That's actually an Immortal Technique line. I can't remember from which song. I can't remember which song, but that's from Immortal Technique, and I applied it to the healthcare industry. It's profit over people in the healthcare industry. Like, we have tens of thousands of people that die every year from healthcare denials. I say, and then the next line is deny, like CEOs deny their claim that structural violence is not to blame. And that's the whole thing with America, that it has structural violence, and one of the parts of that is now ICE. It's violence by the system, or what we have in place for structures and systems that kill people. And then they get away with it because it's collateral damage or allocating resources. Like, they're murderers that don't get held accountable because it's by the state. Okay. that's it for the only for the most appropriate part of the song that I can play. Now we're going live on Instagram. Okay, we're live on Instagram. I'm already live on School and YouTube. We just went live to do a preview of Yeah We Bang 2, which is what this blog post is going to be about. Yeah We Bang 2 is political hip-hop against ICE, fascism, and American hypocrisy. That's the name of the blog post I'm going to read. I can't play the song and keep it up on Instagram. That's why I'm not listening to the song. You can go listen to it. It's out. It's out everywhere. It's called Yeah We Bang 2. And now I am just going to read the blog post. Yeah We Bang 2 is my 137th official release and 221st track published. The beat was produced by Anno Domini, and the song was produced by Keanu Beats. Right in line with the Halloween holiday season, Yeah We Bang 2 expands upon the last song and brings a new layer of nuance, the last song being Dementia Down. In this track, reality and current events are used to scare people in ways no haunted house could. The fear of tyranny, the rise of fascism, and the abuse of power become the true horrors, making it clear that no ghastly ghoul will ever send shivers down your spine quite like the current president and his systems and the systems he represents. This is protest rap sharpened into a seasonal reminder that the scariest monster is real and it wears a suit. Okay, Yeah We Bang 2, hip-hop fascism and the struggle for truth. This is part of a larger conversation that I continue inside my Helm 108 Rebel Sociology course in my school community. There we unpack how art, politics, and lived experience intersect in ways that mainstream culture rarely acknowledges. Political hip-hop, lyrics, and social mirror. Yeah We Bang 2 is not just a song, it's a sociological case study in rhyme. It sits squarely in the lineage of political hip-hop lyrics that cut through propaganda and deliver raw truths. Here, mainstream rap often gets diluted into entertainment detached from reality. Eric Leo 108 insists on keeping the mirror up to society. I can't read that quote. Lines like, ICE or Nazis don't show respect. I can't read the rest of it. Don't function as instruction, but as a reflection of fury people feel when institutions that claim to protect justice instead target immigrants and tear apart families. It's art as witness. It's anti-fascist rap songs distilled into bars from echoing back the contradictions of America's democracy. Hip-hop against ICE and structural violence. Much of the track is laser focused on ICE, America's Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency, cast here as a personification of authoritarian cruelty. When the lyrics declare, "You made us hate ICE, degrading immigrant lives," they are placing ICE within the wider system of structural violence, a term that captures harm built into social institutions themselves. In a world where immigrant families are separate, children traumatized, and asylum seekers treated as criminals, the artist does not soften his language, which is me. He connects ICE to broader fascist patterns in U.S. history, reminding listeners that Protest Hip Hop 2025 is not about selling records, but about making sense of rage. Anti-Trump rap lyrics Agent Orange exposed. The reference to Agent Orange throughout the track are part of the tradition of artists turning presidents into symbols. In this case, Donald Trump is not just a politician, but a cultural shorthand for authoritarianism, corruption, and misogyny. The lyric Agent Orange is a felon. Even Elon knows he's Epstein's favorite, delivers blunt satire. It doesn't rely on policy analysis, but instead rips open the cultural imagination, reminding listeners of Trump's scandals, his ties to elites, and the normalization of indecency into politics. This makes Yeah We Bang 2 one of the clearest examples of anti-Trump rap lyrics to emerge in recent years. Pop culture references, South Park, and ironic vibes. The song also weaves pop culture as shorthand critique. Smoke like Towley on this chronic high, straight South Park run ironic vibes. By referencing South Park hip hop references, the artist signals satire, irony, and cultural absurdity. South Park itself has lampooned Trump and ICE, particularly in the Mexican Joker storyline in episode 1 and episode 1 of the latest season 27, which eerily paralleled themes from Yeah We Bang 2. This overlap, intentional or not, points to what Eric Leo 108 has elsewhere described as cosmic love. The idea that Earth's consciousness channels the same themes throughout different creators simultaneously. Christofascism and Christian hypocrisy. One of the most powerful sections of the track tackles religion head on. Christofascism is Christianity in modern America. The dissonance is staggering. Love your neighbor and help the poor turn Jesus to a Nazi profiting from war. Here the critique centers on what scholars call Christofascism, a merging of authoritarian politics with Christian identity. In the U.S., Christianity's message of compassion and humility has been flipped into nationalistic militarized project. Churches blessing ICE raids or defending Trump's cruelty are not anomalies. They are the logical extension of decades of right-wing theology. This is what makes Christian hypocrisy in hip-hop and critical. This is what makes Christian hypocrisy in hip-hop a critical subject. It's not just a theological critique, it's a sociological diagnosis. When a religion becomes co-opted by power, it ceases to serve the poor and instead sacrifices inequality. Rap music against healthcare. Rap music against the healthcare industry. Another bar lands a strike against corporate greed. This the business and y'all ain't getting nothing for free. Profit over people like the healthcare industry. Here the rap track links to rap lyrics about healthcare industry corruption and the broader critique of late capitalism. Healthcare in America is not a public good, but a for-profit engine. Families drown in medical debt while CEOs rake in millions. The lyric distills decades of research into two lines. Profit has replaced compassion as the guiding principle of U.S. institutions. This connects to a wider theme. Rap music about cultural violence, healthcare inequality is not about scarcity, it's about distribution. America has resources, but the system rations access through price tags. Murder CEOs, moral hypocrisy, and America's shame. The lyrics escalate. Blank CEOs denied their claims that structural violence is not to blame. The anger here is not just personal, it's a reflection of despair at a system where corporate leaders profit while working class suffers. When paired with "You're an embarrassment, America, you should be ashamed, but you're just like Orange, demented and deranged," the song becomes a declaration of moral indictment. This is America. This is America should be ashamed rap, a genre of critique that seeks not to entertain but to hold a mirror to national disgrace. Protest rap and immigration rights. Yeah We Bang 2 is particularly potent as a piece of protest rap on immigration rights. From coups in Latin America to ICE raids at the border, the track maps cause and effect. America destabilizes nations abroad, then demonizes the refugees who flee the aftermath. This is why the lyric, "Guess who we despise? You? No, I rock the mic. The real is on the rise," lands with such clarity. The rise of the real is the refusal to pretend America's innocence. It is the instance that immigrant voices, immigrant struggle, and immigrant survival are central to the story of the United States. Revolutionary hip hop and legacy of nonviolent resistance. Through the lyrics express, though the though the lyrics express fury, the underlying lesson is clear. Violence is the language America taught, but nonviolent resistance remains the real weapon. Research by Erica Sinowelth and Maria Stephan shows that nonviolent movements are twice as effective as creating political change than violent ones. This is why revolutionary hip hop like "Yeah We Bang 2" matters. They express anger without prescribing it. They channel chaos into clarity. They remind listeners that optics, organization, and culture are more powerful than bullets. Hip hop social commentary as strategy. Ultimately, this track shifts firmly in the tradition of hip hop social commentary. Like Public Enemy's "Fight and Power," more Immortal Techniques prove like Public Enemy's "Fight the Power," Immortal Techniques Peruvian Cocaine, or Kendrick Lamar's "All Right." Eric Leo 108 crafts lyrics that function as both testimony and weapon. The edgy political rap tracks categorize The edgy political rap tracks category isn't about shock for its own sake, it's about stripping the mask off. The song illuminates hypocrisies, names violence where it hides, and calls for resistance not through silence, but through relentless truth telling. Closing. The real is on the rise. The refrain, "I've said it plain, yeah we bang. To you what's it matter that I hate? I'm not kind to fascists or Nazis. We want no kings or Gestapo posse." Ties the song back to its roots. It's a manifesto or refusal. It's a manifesto of refusal to normalize fascism, refusal to glorify kings, tyrants, or false authorities, refusal to apologize for hatred of injustice. The phrase the real is on the rise" is more than a lyric, it's a declaration of trajectory. The real is what the real is what's been buried under propaganda, drowned in consumerism, and suffocated by political spin. But art like this refuses silence. Yeah, We Bang 2 is not background music. It's it is a warning flare. It belongs in the archive of music that fights injustice and an unapologetic reminder that the contradictions of America cannot remain hidden forever. And the discussion doesn't end here. Inside the Helm 108 Rebels sociology course on school, I explore these themes further, mapping out how hip hop, politics, and lived struggle intertwine into a philosophy of resistance. Okay, half hour. Okay, that's it. Go listen to Yeah We Bang. Let's see here. Thank you for tapping in with me. This was the Friday listening party for Yeah We Bang 2. If you want to dive deeper, check out a full breakdown on my blog at fiance.com/blog. I just read the Yeah We Bang 2 blog post. Stream the song on all platforms, and don't forget to leave a review for my book or music. Every listen, every comment helps this movement grow. Join the Helm 108 school community. I could really use your support. And songs, album, books, both physical and digital merch, and more are at fience.com. Spelled FIENSE. Thank you for coming along on the ride with me. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of my family. You're awesome. I love you very much. Until next time, you take care, all right? Bye. All right, school. We'll see you later. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of my family. You're awesome. I love you very much. Until next time, you take care, all right? Bye. All right, YouTube. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of my family. You're awesome. I love you very much. Until next time, you take care, all right? Bye.